And there's Tom. Here, play.
Welcome to Retired Time Productions.
So this video is a little chaotic, but what we did was we converted our quadcopter here from the original KK2 board to a PixHawk controller, and we also replaced the receiver. We used to have this Spektrum satellite receiver hooked to the PixHawk, and we've now replaced it with an X8R FrSky Receiver so that we can use the Taranis radio instead of the DX6i that we were using. So we're doing all those conversions. So the FrSky X8R receiver is right here. We just hooked up the wire. John taped the little button with a light on it for the PixHawk right on top of it here. And the two antennas are, well, there's one out here on the arm and one over here. It's the only place we could find to put them. Just use some welders to glue them down, and I tie wrap that one. And so that's the back of the quad. You can see the Q brain down here with the 4 ESCs in it. So basically it's just the PixHawk with a Q brain and an FrSky X8R receiver. And in the front for the video, for the FPV stuff, we have a TS832 5.8 gig transmitter right here with a little circular polarized antenna aiming down right here. There it is. And we got us a Runcam camera on the front, and MinimOSD is hooked to the PixHawk and runs in through picking up the camera and then sending the OSD and the camera signal to the transmitter. Got a video battery here which just plugs on right here. So basically that is the idea. Oh, this is a U-Blox 6H right here, GPS module. And we put a beeper down here. We used a Radio Shack beeper because it's a little quieter than the one that came with it. And we got a 4-cell battery underneath here. Believe it's a 4500. And there's the connector for it. So that's pretty much it. So here's our PixHawk mounted on the frame, and John used a piece of Radio Shack perf board to hold the GPS and the receiver. He used spacers to hold the board above the standoffs. And then this was our other receiver that we used to use, the Spektrum satellite receiver, and we're going to be switching to the FrSky Taranis radios instead of the DX6i, so we don't need that anymore. Now we were going to be showing you the inside here. There's the PixHawk sandwiched between the perf board and the frame, and the wires running out to the GPS. Okay, next. Wow. Woo! And the sound test. That was an audio test of the mega beeper. It's lit up. We got mega beeper. Yeah. So then we put the MinimOSD on a cable and connected it to the PixHawk, making sure we got the ground in the right place. And then we went ahead and loaded the extra 2.2 hex firmware onto the MinimOSD, at which point we tested it by running the video to the bench monitor to make sure all the features were working. We didn't get GPS signals because we were inside, so we didn't get some of the GPS features that you would see on the screen. Next, we went ahead and took it outside for a test. Alright, looks like it's lifting off. Now see if you can do a really soft landing. Not bad. Not a bad for a landing. Let me try it.
It seems to be a lot more stable though, you know. It seems to hold its position better. Alright. See, it's staying in position a lot better. See that?
Yeah.
It's like auto positioning versus auto leveling.
Alright, I'm going to try to land it really slowly.
It's hard to do because of the turbulence.
There.
On the opposite, it's not working.
Cool. Let's see if we can walk it across. We're running 5.8 on this, as you can see here. Foxtech 5.8 video. Oh, the bush, the bush. Alright. Whoa, what was that? Mason?
Giving it a little bump and it's very sensitive, you know.
Probably needs PID tuning.
By the way, you can't take off with altitude hold. You have to set the altitude hold when you're up in the air.
Right into altitude hold. Perfect. I'll get over here by you. Yeah, as soon as I hit that switch, it locked right in.
You might not want to move that throttle until you hit the switch again. I can't focus on two things at once now. Not on the base station.
Moving it forward.
You're not forward enough.
I turned altitude hold on right above the ground, and it went like ooh, and then settled in for a nice soft landing.
It did?
Yeah. So I don't know. So I guess we've pretty proven that it works. We just have to figure out the switch modes for the screen.
Yeah, and that one handle isn't right.
No. It's the X8R FrSky Receiver to the PixHawk. And he's using the RC input on the PixHawk. And what is it on here?
S-bus.
S-bus on the receiver. So it's just one wire. So the wire is connected to the RC in right here, or just RC. So that end of the wire is connected here. And the other end of the wire is just connected here on the S-bus. You can see the S-bus there. Plugs in right at the bottom there with a yellow wire or signal wire into the middle. On this one, the signal wire is at the bottom. Now we just need to program up the Taranis with a new model and see how it flies. So that's coming next.